Welcome back to Send Crypto Daily Update. In today's content, we're going to start off with Cardona, and then we're going to include new coins such as EOS, Tron, Zcash, Dash, and Monero, right? So we're going to start off with Cardona, right? As you can see on the screen, as I was expecting like for Cardona to do, right? I was either expecting for Cardona to get like some consolidation just about this area and move to the next target of 1897. Which is our next target, right? And just like stay within this channel, for the next couple of days, right? So my only concern about Cardona was like our side was overextended. So, and I said like either our side can be moving to sideways, and then price can still be going up, and it seems like price wants to go up, right? So we're just gonna have to wait and see at what point Cardona will decide to make a correction, right? So the correction might not be drastic. I'm not expecting like a 15 to 20% drop. I'm maybe just some nice flat correction just about this area, and then another move to the upside, right? And then if you take a look at this area, just about this area, right? It's the same. Cardona is start trading within the same area when you take a look at to your left, right? So it is going to be a slight resistance just about this area. We could see like Cardona to struggle at least for the short term before another very impulse wave to the upside. I'm not concerned about the R side. As you can see, the R side still can be moving like sideways or to the downside, and then price still going up. Cardona is pretty strong right now. After we broke this area of a neckline, I said it like Cardona going to be extremely bullish. So, and then 1897 is next target. We could even go higher, but we're just going to have to wait and see, because we have to respect this area of resistance, right? So let's just wait and see how Cardona going to be able to correct and then break this area of 1897 sats. So next coin we're going to take a look at is XLM. As I mentioned on my previous video, right, XLM is still within this rectangle, right? You can see like we still haven't get a very impulse wave out of this rectangle. So the market is bullish, so just expect like XLM to make a impulse wave out of this triangle. So it's a nice ABC correction to the downside. If I remove this triangle, you can see we got a nice ABC correction to the downside, right? So, and now we're making a nice bull flag. You cannot see this bull flag on the daily time frame, but if you take a look at the hourly time frame, you can see the bull flag is pretty nice. Let's just go ahead and take a look at the 4-hour time frame. You can see on the 4-hour time frame, we're making a nice impulse wave, nice sideways correction. Most likely we're gonna break this area very shortly. BTC is looking strong, so I'm looking for XLM to follow BTC at least for the short term, right? A nice flag, right? So, but this flag is not a fat wave. That's my only concern. I'm not sure if XLM gonna be come back and get this wave number 5. That's my only concern. But we're just gonna have to wait and see how bullish XLM going to be, because sometimes this flag is just a noise. So I don't want to spend too much time like counting like 5 or 3. You just want to get your flag and then move to the upside. The R side is looking extremely bullish. Look at the R side, right? So looking extremely bullish, just ready to take off, right? So we're just gonna have to wait and see if XLM gonna be able to make a very impulse wave and break this area of resistance shortly. So next couple of days, right? So next coin we're gonna take a look at is XRP. As I mentioned on my previous altcoin daily update, XRP, we're gonna get a big support just about this area of 6,500 to 7,000. We're getting closer and closer, right? The current price of XRP is just about 7,500, right? So our size, still moving to the downside. When you take a look at the weekly chart, beautiful inverted head and shoulder, big impulse wave. I'm waiting for this XRP to repeat this impulse wave, but we're just gonna need some volume, right? Like I said previously, I've been saying it for the last 3 to 4 weeks. The volume of XRP is the most important, right? So I'm looking for a 1.2 to 1.8 billion you know, daily volume to be able to break this falling wedge. This falling wedge is, I mean, it's bearish, but it is at the same time, you know, beautiful, right? Beautiful falling wedge. A break to the upside, you know, gonna be extremely bullish. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. Let's go ahead and take a look at the daily time frame. When you take a look at the daily time frame, you can see how XRP is getting closer to the area of you know, support. And then we got a now we break this you know, area of resistance on the RSI, which is not good at all, right? When you take a look at the when you take a closer look, right, it's not good at all. Now we lost our divergence, so XRP is getting like extremely bullish, I mean extremely bearish right now. I wasn't expecting XRP to break this area, so this triple bottom, now it is extremely you know, bearish. So but we're just gonna have to wait and see, and see if XRP gonna be able to start like trading above this area of resistance of 27, right, on the RSI. So, and that's not the, I mean, it's not the lowest point of the RSI when you really take a look at it. Back in July, RSI was like 15, so it's not even bad. Even if we you know, break this area of 27, you know, it's still not a new low, right? So you just gotta keep that in mind. Even though, like, you know, RSI looking like looking extremely bearish, right, at least for the short term. So let's go ahead and take a look at a Nano. When you take a look at Nano, on my previous altcoin daily update, I said like Nano gonna come back down to this area of 27,000 sats, right? That was my you know, next area of resistance, right? Even though, like, when you take a look at the trend line, I was, you know, you take a look at the trend line, you know, I didn't include like any of these, like this point right here. You know, I moved up the trend line because I knew like 27 was, you know, the ultimate target, and it was like the previous resistance. At the same time, if you go to the top of the triangle, that's the biggest resistance. That's why I included this trend line, right? So, and then that's the same exact area, 27.50. We got a resistance just about like a couple hours ago. So before the daily candle closes, we could expect like you know, Nano to either consolidate, right? I don't see like Nano coming back down to like 25,000 before the, you know, daily candle, you know, closes. But we're just gonna have to wait and see. We have to break this area of 27,000 sats. So hopefully like this week we're gonna be able to break it before next Sunday, right? So outside looking beautiful. You know, Nano is only up like 25% this whole month, so you could be expecting Nano to like be extremely bullish, and like with a 50% move in April. So 25% up only in you know, in March, right? So I started covering Nano just about this area before Nano breakout. I said like Nano gonna break out, but we only got like a 25% move to the upside, right? So it's not much, you know. I'm expecting like a, you know, 70% move to the upside from this area. So now we got like just about 40% move, right? 40% move to the upside, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at LITECOIN. When you take a look at LITECOIN, as we previously said, the 50 EMA going to be moving very fast, and LITECOIN going to get a support from this area of 50 EMA, right? And then if the 50 EMA is not strong enough to you know, support the price because of the RSI like dropping faster right now, so you could be expecting this area of you're gonna get like multiple support for LITECOIN. You got your 50 EMA, you're gonna, you know, at least delay the drop, and that way like the RSI gonna keep dropping faster. And then the 50, if like the price break the 50 EMA and come back down to this area of 100 EMA, you know, by that time the RSI going to be completely probably like you know, to this area of 25 to 30. So I don't see like not Nano, but LITECOIN coming back down to this area. I really don't see it anytime soon. So you got like triple support. 50 EMA gonna delay the dropping of the price. The 100 EMA gonna, you know, delay the process at the same time, and then you get this area of you know, accumulation just about this area, which a lot of people are waiting for the price to get back to this area. So you know, by that time like this whole process is completed, the RSI gonna be you know, just about this area, either, you know, 40 to 45, right? RSI is already 54, so we're getting like in a good position, right? So just keep an eye on LITECOIN. It's not, I don't think LITECOIN dropping like 20% anytime soon. I said it last week. So we got like multiple support, 50, 100, and then this area of accumulation. You know, RSI is already 54, so about to get like to 50, which is neutral. Get some momentum, move to the downside. I mean, move sideways, right? Just like that. I don't think we're gonna get to this area, right? So I don't think so. But you know, move sideways and another move to the upside. So keep an eye on LITECOIN. It's a great time to be accumulating. Next one we're gonna talk about is ETHEREUM. When you take a look at ETHEREUM, nice accumulation move. You know, a push to the upside. You know, come back down to this area of a you know, 0.618, you know, a 0.618 extension, a nice accumulation move, right? So expect Ethereum at least to break this area shortly. Market is pretty bullish, right? So expect Ethereum to break this area of resistance, right? And a one-to-one extension. I said it on my previous video, right? So a one-to-one extension. I'm pretty aggressive on Ethereum. I should be taking this one-to-one extension, but I think like this area of accumulation, if like Ethereum gets like enough volume, you know, I'm not gonna be I'm just gonna get this one-to-one extension, this entire wave, right? You know, big move to the upside, you know, 3-wave correction, another one-to-one extension. So it is pretty aggressive, but you know, Ethereum been accumulating like for the longest right now. Let's say just about like the first week, started like the last week of April, right, to the last week of you know, March. So that's like a 30 days of you know, more than 30 days of accumulation, moving, you know, just about this area of a 50 and 100 EMA. So big support. RSI looking beautiful. This whole time RSI is staying neutral. Double bottom, we could like retest this area, you know, before another move to the upside. So keep an eye on Ethereum in April. It's going to be extremely bullish. I'm looking for a 0.05 BTC, right? Which most likely going to take Ethereum to like a, you know, $200 depending on the BTC price, right? If BTC breaks 4250 or so, right? So next one we're going to talk about is NEO. When you take a look at NEO, I keep mentioning it, right? NEO and Ethereum, they got the same you know, pattern, right? Same area of support, just about this area of 50 and 100. You take a look at the RSI, triple bottom, right? Like I mentioned about Ethereum, right? I could expect Ethereum to come back and retest this area. So NEO came back and retest this area and made a very impulse wave. So it is making a flag on the RSI. So, but when you take a look at the price action, we gotta, you know, you could be saying like it is bearish, but you know, at the same time, I'm pretty bullish, right? Even though we got a you know, a big rejection just about this area of 25, you know, 2500, right, which is like a 250,000 sats, right? But since Binance, you know, just give you like, I think like let's say 6 decimals for NEO on Binance, I just like to read like the 25, the last 4 decimals. So 2500, right? So we could be expecting NEO at least for the short term, right, to move sideways. The RSI making a nice flag, right? So you could be expecting like we're going to be break this area of you know, 26 to 27 very shortly, hopefully this week. Next target is just about 2950, right? 2950, 290,000 sats. So keep an eye on NEO and gas, right? I said it like on my previous altcoin daily. Keep an eye on NEO and gas. So next coin we're going to talk about is ICX. When you take a look at ICX, we got the same channel, right? We just break out of this channel. We almost closed up, you know, outside this channel like yesterday, right? And then today we got a, you know, very impulse wave. So most likely we're going to close outside this channel, which is pretty good, right? So what I'm expecting from ICX, right? I'm expecting ICX to challenge this area this week. This area of you know, almost like a just about 10,000, right? 980 to 10,000, hopefully, right? Which is roughly like another 20% move to the upside, right? RSI is looking beautiful, right? No divergence. I said it like previously, right? I'm expecting ICX to repeat this entire wave, right? If not, we could be expecting like a 1.61. I mean, not 1.1, but I'm expecting a 0.618 extension. If like, let's say we don't get a 1-to-1 extension, so let's go ahead and take a look at where we're gonna get a 0.618 extension instead of 1.1 extension. Not 1.1 extension, but 1-to-1 extension. Let's see. Okay, a 0.618 extension just going to take you about like 1068, right? 10,068, 680, right? So, which is roughly another 40% move to the upside. So it is pretty possible it's very possible for ICX to break this area and then you know, get some sort of rejection just about this area of 1068. So keep an eye on ICX. All sides looking beautiful, right? You know, we're making a U-turn, a nice accumulation move just about this area, right? So price is following our side, nice move to the downside, right? So let's just wait and see how this support going to be you know, you know, unfold, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at the WANCHAIN. As I mentioned previously, right, WANCHAIN and ICX, they got the same pattern. You know, nice bull flag, you know, almost let's see, a 70% move after the bull flag, lost 50% of that, right? Almost 60% of this entire move, right? So you take a look at it, you came back down exactly at 0.618, which is you know, pretty accurate. 0.618, you know, pullback. So we got a big support just about this area of 50 EMA, just like ICX. They got the same pattern, right? So it is just a matter of like which one gonna, you know, pull the trigger first. So, but most of the time I don't see like you know, ICX, you know, going bullish before WANCHAIN. So usually like WANCHAIN go bullish and then like cool down, and then ICX, you know, take that volume and then move to the upside. So, but you know, this time we could get like a you know, get the reverse, right? ICX could, you know, goes bullish before WANCHAIN, right? Nice accumulation move on the R side, big support from this area 50 and 100 EMA, and then, you know, a bigger support just about this area 0.618. WANCHAIN is pretty bullish. I'm also expecting WANCHAIN like to you know, at least to you know, 20,000 sats, so very shortly, sometime before the end of the spring, right? So keep an eye on WANCHAIN. Next one we're gonna take a look at is CARDONA. When you take a look at CARDONA, I mentioned it previously, right? I never cover CARDONA on my altcoin daily update, but I always mention CARDONA, right? Because CARDONA and XRP and ADA, they got the same pattern, right? So you take a look at the pattern of CARDONA, right? You know, you came back to this area of neckline, 3 down and another 3 up, but I'm expecting a 1-to-1 extension. We got a big rejection, almost like a let's see, I usually don't take a look at the chart of CARDONA, but it's pretty nice. Almost a 1-to-1 extension, right, from this area to that area, like almost like 1.618 extension. So we got a big rejection and came back down to this area of neckline. So it is pretty good. It is pretty good, right? CARDONA is holding strong. Just get a support from this area of 50 EMA. So it is holding pretty strong, but the RSI, I would love to see the RSI coming back down to this area of 50. You know, a push to the upside just gonna get us another rejection just about this area. So like a, you know, 840, right? Just about 840, right? So a push to the upside gonna get us like a big rejection. So I would love to see CARDONA to go bearish, at least for the short term, right? Let's say, I know it sounds like it doesn't sound good, but I would love to see CARDONA come back down to this area, right? So, and then price gonna be moving sideways for the next couple of days, right, before another move to the upside. So that way CARDONA gonna get more momentum, right, to move to the upside, because you gotta think about it, right? Our side is already like 70. We just about this area of neckline, right? It's not good at all, right? So the move to the upside might not be like very aggressive, you know, a 40 to 50% move. It might be like a 10 to 15% move to the upside, you know, and it came back down to this area. But what I'm expecting a sideways correction. That's what I'm expecting. But let's say we get a push to the upside, I take it, right? Next target, like if we break this area of our neckline, is just about this area of 931, right? So the of 931, 93,000. I mean 93,000 sats, right? So just about this area. We're gonna get some correction just about that area, but ETHEREUM is looking nice. Next coin we're gonna take a look at is Monero. When you take a look at Monero, a nice triangle, right? So if you've been following me like since the first week of not January but February, you know, like I was bullish about the about Monero, right? First of all, we got this move, right? That's the first move we had, right? And then we break out of it, and I say like Monero gonna follow this trend line just about this area, and then we got a support from this crossover, right? So after we got this support of the crossover, I say this move, this trend line gonna support the price, right? Look at this trend line be supporting the price like since, you know, I said it like after this crossover like last week of February, right? So now what we're looking at this trend line to come back and act as a resistance, right? This trend line is acting as a resistance, and I think like that's the last area of resistance we need to break. You know, we broke it, came back, retest it, now we're about to break it again. So it's the same trend line. You just have to know how to read the this trend line, and then find your own way to read the market, so if it works for you, right? So it is looking bullish right now, but I'm just waiting, like till the weekly candle closes today after BTC close, at least above 4100. All these altcoins gonna be bullish, right? So by the end after the end of the weekly candle, we could close at least like we can start this next bullish candle above this trend line, right? At least, right, for the short term. The current price of Monero is just about 0.0134, right? 0.011344, 0.011344. So keep an eye on Monero. RSI is looking beautiful. Nice accumulation move just about this area of neutrality. Last time RSI was oversold was just like the second week of April, right? Second week of December, right? So this whole time we've been accumulating. So Monero is just like Dash. It's gonna explode to the upside very shortly. All the privacy coins, like most likely April and May, they're gonna be exploding. So let's go ahead and take a look at Dash. If you've been following me, you know how bullish I was on Dash since Dash was making this 5-way structure to the downside. The same exact day I said like the Dash completed the the correction just about this area. It was Dash, Zilliqa, Neblio, and Aeon. I say like this coin gonna dominate the last 2 weeks of March. So you can go back to my playlist, and then you can see like that video, right? If you've been following me, you probably watched that video already. And since then, look at it. Dash is up almost 30%, right? Today is the last day of the month. So I say like they're gonna dominate the last 2 weeks of the month. So we made an impulse wave to the upside. Another bull flag. Just got a support from this area of 50 EMA. Most people are not paying attention to the area of 50 EMA. Even like the 50 EMA on BTC is like extremely bullish. The 2015 bottom bull run started like exactly at the 50 EMA. So most people are not paying attention to the 50 EMA. So but Dash came back down to this area of 50 EMA. Now another push to the upside. So we're most likely going to run out of steam. So keep an eye on Dash the next couple of days for some sort of correction, right? A 5 to a 6% correction or less, right? So, and then the rest of the market gonna take over. So that's what I'm expecting for Dash to do the next couple of days. We got to an area of resistance. So you only can expect a correction just about this area after a 30% move to the upside. All right, nice crossover, right? RSI is overextended, so 77 is not bad, but I would love to see like RSI come back down just about this area of 64 before another move to the upside, right? So keep an eye on Dash. Next one we're gonna take a look at is Zilliqa. When you take a look at Zilliqa, right, Zilliqa is pretty bullish. I've been covering Zilliqa like the same week I covered Dash, right? I said like Zilliqa, Dash, Neblio, and Aeon, they're gonna be extremely bullish. But Zilliqa is like making a nice pattern. It is slow, but you just have to be patient, right, with Zilliqa. So what I was expecting, Zilliqa kind of like tricked me, right? Let's see. Zilliqa shows me this move, right? This 3-wave up and down, right? So I was like, okay, Zilliqa is done. But you take a look at it, right? If you take a closer look, the 3 wave is this wave right here. That's the actual 3 wave you got just about this area. That's a whole correction. And then you got a confirmation with this big move to the upside. It's the most impulse wave after this correction. So basically Zilliqa is showing me like the correction is done, and then we just coming back down to this area of 510. That's the last time I covered Zilliqa. The price of Zilliqa was just about like 505 to 510. So the current price of Zilliqa is just about 508. So we came back down, you know, got a support from this area of 50 EMA, which is pretty good. Most altcoins are getting support from the area of 50 EMA. It's not a coincidence, right? You gotta think about it. After every push to the upside, they come back down to 50 EMA. All of them, right? All the altcoins are covered. So most of them, they got same pattern. Some of them they don't. But you know, you gotta question yourself, like, why all these altcoins coming back down to the area of 50 EMA, right? I love the R side, you know, looking extremely bullish, right? Facing up, you know, came back down, make a double bottom, and move a push to the upside. So Zilliqa is extremely bullish. I'm looking for a 30% move from Zilliqa at least, right? For the short term. As soon as we break this entire correction, just about this area, right? As soon as we break this area, right? I'm looking for Zilliqa to, you know, to be wild. So at least for the short term, right? You could easily like retest this area of you know, 680 to 676 very easily as soon as we break this area, because the next area of resistance we got is just this trend line. So I don't think we're gonna spend too much time with this trend line. We could break it easily, come back, retest it, and then, you know, that's it. I don't think this trend line gonna be any issues, right? Because of this big accumulation move we got. So price is just ready to surge. So let's go ahead and take a look at EOS. When you take a look at EOS is already back to this area of a July high, right? So, and I said like most of these coins, they're gonna go back to their October high. Some of these coins, they're already like at the July high. So we got a big resistance from EOS, but if you take a look at EOS is just repeating, like making like the same pattern. This entire pattern right here. This entire pattern right here, just about that's the same pattern you got, you know, just about this area. So we're just gonna have to wait and see if EOS gonna get some enough volume to break this area of resistance. RSI is coming back down. It's not completely it is not completely overbought, so we could expect like RSI to retest this area. I would love to see RSI coming back down, even though like price gonna be bearish. But you gotta think about it, right? We got to an area of resistance without no volume. So we gotta come back down to this area, and then price gonna get support from this again, from this area of 50 and 100. Probably gonna get squeezed between these two, right? And then a very impulse wave to the upside. It is pretty. I think EOS is still bullish, but I don't like this type of a double top, and then you know, even though like we got the same exact area, just about this area, right? Same double top, came back down below this area of 50 and 100, right? So I'm expecting EOS to get a nice squeeze just about this area, and you know, that way the RSI gonna come back down to this area of you know, let's say 51 to 54 before another move to the upside, right? That's the only way I can see EOS like breaking this area of resistance. If not, we're gonna need like a plenty of volume, right? And then you take a look at it, right? RSI is already 62, so like, let's say we break this area, we most likely gonna get easily like overextended to 77 to like 75, and then, you know, we're just gonna have to come back, you know, down to this area. So it is not going to be looking nice at all. I would love to see like a pullback, then a push to the upside. That's what I'm looking for EOS, right? Sometimes like the pullbacks, you know, are pretty good. Sometimes like, you know, they're pretty bad, but sometimes you just want like a coin to pull back to get like more momentum, because they keep going up and up and up, you know, they just gonna get like a big crash. So all right, let's go ahead and take a look at Tron. When you take a look at Tron, Tron is making a very nice correction, right? It is going to take like quite a while before we break this area of 50 EMA. I said it on my previous video, right? We got a big rejection just about this area of 100 EMA, coming back down, retest this, lost all that momentum, right? I said it we could be losing all that momentum, right, if we don't get enough volume, right? The RSI, you know, pull back, right? So, you know, making a nice accumulation move. So we're just gonna have to wait and see how long it's gonna take. I mean, or when, yeah, I mean, Tron gonna be able to break both this 50 EMA and then the 100 EMA and then close. I want to see a nice clean close above this 2 EMAs. That's what I want to see from it, from Tron, right? So it is pretty it is building up like a nice bottom formation. So this entire area is nothing but a accumulation move. So that's the best time to be buying, right? This entire area is just nothing but an accumulation move. As soon as we break this area, this rectangle, and move above this 100 EMA, that's it for Tron, right? Now we're moving like a above this area of a trend line. Let's take a look at it. This trend line just about this area, right? I said it, we're gonna come back down and retest this area. That's what I exactly said after we get rejection from this area of 100 EMA. So I said, like, Tron, I'm gonna come back down, retest this area, move a couple of days, you know, just about this area. Because you take a look at Tron, right? That's a it is a you can say like a head and shoulder, right? So let's say we break this area of a trend line, we're most likely, you know, targeting like a one-to-one extension from the neckline to the head, right? So that's pretty bearish, right? So that is pretty bearish. So if you target that point, you're looking at like Tron going back like to 200 sats. So it is very impossible for that to happen. So what I'm expecting, another one-to-one extension from this trend line. So because the way I look at like a inverted head and shoulder, if they fail, they have to go the opposite direction. That's the only way I can look at it. Because most people say if they break the neckline, it's a one-to-one extension. But if they don't break the neckline, what is it? So and then my ultimate target after, you know, we get a big support from this area is nothing but a one-to-one extension. So we're going back to this area of you know, 800 sats to 900 sats. So let's go ahead and take a look at the final coin, Zcash. When you take a look at Zcash is setting up for a very nice impulse wave to the upside. Big support from this area of 100 EMA, right? So nice ABC correction. I don't think Zcash is gonna make a 5-way structure. I really don't think so, because you really think about it, right? Most coin like a Dash, they made a 5-way structure, but the reason why Dash made a 5-way structure was Dash was too far away from this area of 100 EMA, right? 50 EMA. So if Zcash want to make a 5-way structure, it's gonna, you know, I mean, it's very possible. We got a big support just about this area, right? We got a big support just about this area, but I really don't think like Zcash is gonna make a 5-way structure, just like Dash and Nano, right? So I'm expecting this. I think like this 3-wave to the downside is enough. Just like I think like WANCHAIN made a 5-wave. I'm not sure in ICX, but I think this 3-wave structure is, you know, is enough for Zcash to move to the upside, right? When you really think about it, right? Zcash is only up. Let's take a look at it. This entire wave, Zcash, you know, went up like 25%, right? When the whole market on average, most big, you know, alt, they went up like at least 40 to 50% to the upside, but Zcash went up only 23%, right? With a big rejection. So if you really look at it, it's only 15% if you want to ignore that wick. So it's only 15%. So I think like this 3-wave correction, you know, coupled with a big support from this area of 50 EMA, a possible crossover. I mean, Zcash is just bullish, right? All the privacy coins, they're most likely going to take over April, right? Zcash, Dash, you know, Monero, NAVCOINs, Verge. Just keep an eye on those coins, right? I said it previously, right? Also keep an eye on Nulls. Nulls is pretty bullish. I said it like when Nulls was 1,000. I mean, what was like? I think it was like 10,000 sats. I said like Nulls and Chainlink, they move in the opposite direction. So keep an eye on Chainlink. Chainlink is just about like 12,000. So right, 12,000 sats. So keep an eye on Chainlink to break 20,000 sats sometime like next couple of weeks, right? I don't have any Chainlink, but I just like the chart. Chainlink, Tron, BNB, Nulls, all those Chinese coins, they're gonna do well. They're gonna do well. So at least for the short term, right? So that's about it for today. I know the video is too long today, but I just have to include all these coins because, you know, that's the end of the month. So, you know, we're gonna start a new 30 days tomorrow. So, and then market gonna be extremely bullish in April and May. Maybe like the late May we could be seeing some bearishness, but I'm extremely bullish. You know, at least the next, you know, 30 to 45 days, right? I've been saying it since April. I mean, since you know, mid February, right? The market gonna be getting a extremely bullish spring. All right, thank you for watching.